and welcome to FoolTime, yet another Friday, and you're watching yours truly, 88 to check, live from the Moore University workshop, where it is a pleasure to be here. I'm so glad that I'm back today. I can finally do some hobby stuff, because let me tell you, this week was a bit crazy, wasn't it? It was super hot. It was super stressful, at least in terms of like housekeeping and gardening, because we got some trees removed from the garden. So quite the entertainment. And so therefore I did not do much hobby related things. I tried to film a little bit in the studio, but and I did it late at night. But still, it was so hot and it's so like uncomfortable to do it. And it doesn't help that the thing that I'm filming right now is like a Figma, so I have to like constantly set up all the poses and like pose her and do the equipment stuff. And yeah, well, but I have to do it because I want to do the review in August, so I have to, I guess. But today I can finally work on the diorama. The diorama so far is actually in a good state. So the base structure is now finished. Let try if the camera. No, I have to go the other way. Okay. So the base structure is finished. I've also put the figure up here. She is currently on a metal pack. Not the most like secure metal pack, but at least I can now turn her around. If I do it with like 2 packs, it would be more secure, but then also I wouldn't be able to turn it anymore. But this thing, the main structure is now glued together. Those boards, you can still remove the side walls. Haven't yet decided how to put those on there, in which angle, but that structure is now like one solid block. And now, because if we take a look at the Supreme store, like the reference that I have here, they have like quite the graffiti on here. So let me show this to you. So this is the reference picture, or one of them I printed out. You can still go to Google Street View and look at this. And on this one, almost all the pillars are like covered in graffiti. The sidewalls are heavily covered in graffiti, and also the stairs. So basically everything that is reachable by a human from the ground level is covered in graffiti. Even like on the top floors, I guess they climbed out the windows and put those letters on. So this is what I want to simulate today with the diorama. So therefore I brought a couple things with me. First I bought, well, let me start with the things that I like. Those is like a texture of a wooden floor. I will need it inside the store. So that's for today. So I have like printed out a couple like graffiti things on paper. Those are actually stickers, so they might come in handy. So they are like stickers, and that one is just paper. So yeah. I've also tried to ask like an image generator to come up with some Gridman universe graffiti tags, but yeah, like I mean this one is kind of cool, the SSS Gridman thing, but the other ones are like very stilted and very like, yeah, not what I would have thought about graffiti tags, but yeah. So those are and you can clearly see that this one is the best. That one is also okay, but this one my printer ran out of ink. So yeah, but I don't mind it because it does not have to be like perfect. That's the thing, you know. It has to look, because this is far from being perfect. Those are like all like tagged over and sprayed over and scratched, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Then I also looked up if there aren't like printed graffiti decals that I can use, and there are, but they are mainly used for model trains. So I bought those 4 sheets. Those are decals. This is 187. This is 160. This is 187, and this is 187. So those are even smaller. And I guess you are supposed to put them on like some walls of your model train sets, and also on the train cards themselves. You can put those, but those are like decals, and so I'm looking forward to apply them. Luckily, some decals where I can just mess it up, and it doesn't matter, because usually with decals on the model kits you don't want to mess them up. But here I guess it's okay if I like scratch them or if mess it up a bit. Hi there, welcome to the chat. Welcome to FoolTime on another Friday. So those are the graffiti tags, and then I also bought some stickers. I guess those are mainly used for like decorating stuff, like your laptop or your phone case, or just vandalize some buildings. The weathering, yeah, on the graffiti. So those are fade-resistant, waterproof, decorative stickers. Yeah, so there are like a ton of them. I won't need all of them, but some of them I guess are really cool. Like this one, that's very urban. Some of them are a little bit cringe. Like there is a distinct difference between those two, I think. You know, this is like, what is this even? I mean, this is like okay, let's sort them real quick. What's this? This is like legally distinct character thing. Is this a thing? Because I know this this girl, but I don't know. So this one is also cool. I guess, okay. Yeah, sure. I don't know. Nope. Oh, do we have a KFC one? A Kentucky Fried Chicken one? That's a winner for sure. Then we have like some SpongeBob. Don't need those. We have a Paper Mario thingy. We have a Totoro here. While all your favorite characters, they have license for this. Then we have a Superman thingy. That's nice. Then we have like a skeleton guy. Okay, we have a Fanta free. It's cool that it also says like registered trademark in, I guess it's Danish, but yeah, sure. Nope. Then we have the Hulk. We have Route 66. We have, that one is actually cool. That's some messed up street art thing. So let me bring you closer in the action. So that's some messed up street up graffiti you would actually find in some urban setting. Okay, so now we have the autofocus. Okay, so then we have like the thing like is WFF or WWF, like the wildlife organization, whatever this is. Then we have a Darth Vader that is doing the Slavic squat or something. Then we have an Adidas. Okay, that's actually kind of nice, I guess, for what I'm. Then we have like, isn't it a dog from Tom and Jerry or something? Sure, we have like a communist thing, some digital circus reject. Nope. Foster Farms. Okay, that one is cool. Those are like some those are like real tangible NFT things you can buy. I guess that one is cool. We have the Chicago swag. That's also, I guess, a reference to a sports club. We have a panda with a burger, like normal. We have a YouTube sticker in like other colors. We have a rock antenna. I guess it's a real station. I don't know. We have a little Hellboy. We have a Domo Kun. There is a banana that's showing its tail. Very nice. That's a winner for sure. We have an actual tag. Okay, milk. Got milk. We have a Heisenwader, famous character from Breaking Bad, the Heisenwader. Some, I don't know, some. We have another bulldog thing. We have a masked SpongeBob. We have a Mickey Mouse. Yay! Oh, those are quite a lot of stickers. We have Statue of Liberty. That's a nice one. That's a popsicle. No, what's this? Nope. I guess that's a legally distinct. What is the character called from Undertale? Sans or the other one? Papyrus. Nope. Cool story, bro. That's a nice one. Then we have like a beatbox, a boombox. We have a broccoli food truck. Oh, we have one of the Sesame Street characters. I don't know what that is. Oh, there they are, like Simpson-styled Breaking Bad, Gangnam Style, another Baker Street, Placebo. That's actually quite nice. I know. There's a mixtape. Oh, that one looks nice. Like cassette. Blur. Okay. I thought it says bro. Bro. There's a like a Marilyn Monroe in like a street art style. There is a TARDIS with a bender. Okay. What's this? Okay, I don't know. I mean, nope. There is a V from Vendetta. Another Breaking Bad one. There is a Dogecoin. Zombie SpongeBob. Sports teen thingy. Your delivery, whatever. That one is nice. Fuck. An elephant. Rolling Stones lickety thing in camo. Faith and Hope Love. NFT thingy. Panda. There is Bart Simpson. There is another lips peace sign. Engineer to destroy. There is a Darth Vader with a hula hoop thingy. The Who, messed up Popeye. That's actually kind of dope. Skeleton thing. Oh, there is an anime sticker. Let's make a separate pile for the anime sticker. That's a Dr. Slurp thing. Then there is a tag. Oh shit. Rainbow. Okay, I guess. I'm punk. I'm a punk rocker. There is a Luffy football thing. Generic games. There is an Apple logo in Pride. Levi's. Now we are back to the companies, I guess. Cannot read. Is it like something? There is an MTV one. That's nice, I guess. Then we have like some tags. Okay. There is a VW bus. Oh boy, that's a nice Mickey thing. Very street art. Darkstalker, also very nice. There's a Pinocchio. Motorcycle Boy, Bart Simpson again. Android. Oh, there is a Gundam in here as well. Those aren't expensive stickers. They are like $10, I guess, for all of them. It's not. Some of them are really cool. Oh, there is some nudity on here. There are like cartoon hands. This is the famous blind thingy mascot. Another generic SpongeBob. The Bart Simpson. There is the dope thing that is actually featured in the series. There is a nice hand, very graffiti. There is a panda with some Uzis, also nice. Another burger with some brain inside. There is a woman riding a shark missile thing. That's also nice. Statue of Liberty. There is a dope Doraemon with a with a cigarette. Very cool. I don't know what's that's supposed to be. This is like pretty much just a normal orange juice logo. There is a bomb. The bomb is nice. There's NBA. There is a scooter, stormtrooper, another like cartoony banana, Breaking Bad thing, Heisenberg thing. Oh, that one is a classic. Then with a hand, we have a Statue of Liberty. Okay, some pin-up things. That might be a graffiti thing to put on that as well. Okay. That says pony make believe. But the hentai version, yeah. I don't know how expensive they really were. I might have to look it up, but they weren't like really expensive for the amount that you get. This one says pony. There aren't like MLP stickers in here. I'm kind of there's the THC. That's what kind of wondering. There's like a Batman kicking the Joker in the nuts. There is a Vance. Okay, sure. Something. There is the Ghostbuster sign. There is like an astronaut thingy. There is a stormtrooper doing a Fortnite dance. Uncle Sam, gorilla, an eyeball. That looks kind of neat. There is a Vance sticker, just normal Vance. It's a JD Vance. But the hentai version. Oh, the hentai. Ooh, hentai stickers. But I can't use those. Steampunk, another VW bus. There's a Beetle. The remix clothing Taipei. There's another Mario, messed up Mario thing. There's Batman, the classic Batman logo. That's nice. There's a Sega, classic Sega logo. Okay, then we have a Batgirl sucking on a lollipop, a Star, Toon, Disney, whatever. There is a stockings thing. Mexico Taurus, legally distinct Chicago Bulls. Woman with a big butt. Power Unlimited, DVSO, or just DVS. Some Bob's Burger reject character. Batman and Superman kissing. Some generic logo, burger, logo, pirate Pikachu, Superman flipping me off, and then we have Jamaica. Okay, those were all the stickers. Like, those are the meh ones. Those were like basically just real anime stickers. Nice. And those are the ones that I might use. Not all of them, but some of them, I guess. I mean, I have like enough surface, so let's see what I'm doing. We will do this the Shrek way. We will do this in layers, you know. Okay, and then the final, or I've also brought some like I did not find any paper, but I found those blank stickers, and I brought my Sharpies with me, so I can also do some tags myself, I guess. Let's see how this goes. And then I also brought some fingerboards. Already like messed this up. Oh, there are quite a bunch of oh shit. Okay, so it wasn't easy to find one with a like design that I really liked. Most of them are garbage, but some of them are okay. Some of them aren't like too in your face. And so yeah, those are like, because there is this like one brand of fingerboards that is kind of high quality. You can like switch out the axles and the what's it called, the wheels. But yeah, I don't need them to actually like tricks. But I guess I can like. I wasn't able like to skate with a normal skateboard, so I'm also can't do like finger skating tricks. Because I was able to skate on a skateboard, but I was not able to do like finger skating tricks. So yeah, those are like, because there is this like one brand of fingerboards that is kind of high quality. You can like switch out the axles and the what's it called, the wheels. But yeah, I don't need them to like actually like tricks. But I guess I can like. I wasn't able to skate on a skateboard, a bit, like using as a means of transport, but I wasn't able to do any tricks. Not even like this one. What is it called? Like an ollie, where you just you do this basically, just a flip. Because a kick flip is like this. You make an ollie and then you flip the board and then you land on your feet. I wasn't able to achieve like flight with the board. I know that you have like to press it down on this side, of course, but how do you like keep it moving? It doesn't really work. And I was always too afraid to fall on my ass with the board, so I did not go all in. It's the same thing. I also can't do like a wheelie with a bike. Some kids and some teens can do wheelies on their bikes, but I was always too afraid to like try it out, to go all in on those stunts. So I was never able to achieve it. Okay, so those are like, let me check how the board does fit to. I mean, that's the figure. Let's zoom out a bit again. And that's the board. So, I mean, it's a bit like too small for her, but not too much. I mean, since she cannot, you cannot move this hand. This is kind of molded together here. This is not, you cannot like pull this away from her body. She can't hold the board like this. So I will just like use the board somewhere in the diorama, maybe in the background or on the stairs. I don't know. I've bought it. So yeah, okay. Those are the boards. I mean, I don't need it for the store inside decoration because I will just use a monitor to simulate the inside of the store. And I only bought the floor because you will see through the door onto the floor. So, but now let's see if we can apply some stickers. Let me put away the figure, put away those side panels. And now we have a solid block that we can work with. Can you still see me that way? Okay, that's fine. So let's get this over here. Maybe let's set the camera. Okay, so those pillars. The thing is, I want to try one of the not so good stickers. What will happen if I sand this? Oh, I just... okay. Maybe I should wipe this off as good as I can, because I printed it the wrong way and some got of the foil beneath. So let's see, if I put this on here, I should be able to remove it. Yeah, okay. So now let's give me the whole workplace and let's zoom out a bit. Let's see, give me some. Let's try to mess this up. Okay, does nothing. It's quite strong, actually. So very, very, very quality stickers. Okay. Okay, if I do this long enough, I can just remove the the color. Okay, let's. Okay, so now we have like a little messed up sticker. Okay. So technically it's not possible. So what should we apply first? Where is the pile with the good ones? I guess I have to do this strategically. Let's go for like the smaller ones first, like this hand. Let's go with the hand first. I like this hand. So I guess I also have to like cut this white border from all the stickers. So riveting stuff here. Let me just try to get those small drops of blood. Luckily I don't need to be like precise, but still cutting all of those stickers might take a while. So how was your day, or how was your week? Did you enjoy the record-breaking temperatures outside? Because let me tell you, I sure did not. There were like 2 days where I drove home with the bike, and I was barely able to do it. I mean, it was so hot and so like demanding. The only positive thing was that the wind was like a tailwind, so it wasn't as intense as it could have been, but still, if there was like a headwind, it would have been a west wind or northwest wind, so it would have been like a bit colder. Still. So I guess if I order those stickers like a couple times, I can do an Itasha, like one of those cheap Itasha cars. Plaster my whole car with some stickers. Maybe I will just take some of them and put them somewhere in public to see how they hold up over time. I don't know if I still have like a couple Deconis High sticker. Maybe I have. I should have some of them still somewhere. So maybe I can put them here on as well. Okay, so now I only have to get this off the sheet. without the sticker like ripping apart. It's quite the strong adhesive on here. So not too shabby. Okay. I can like rip through the paper, but the sticker does nothing. Like, really? Do I have like a stronger grit? Let's see. I mean, I have like an 80 grit. Maybe that one does the trick. Yeah, that one's... That's better. Okay, I'm just ripping apart the sticker. But it honestly doesn't matter. It has to look a bit worn down in order to fit the scenery. So now let's see how this looks. Becomes a bit more harder to handle. Jesus. Okay, so not the ideal thing to put it on here. Guess I have to like put it, leave it on the board. So now it does not glue anymore. It's not sticky. So let's make it sticky again. For that very purpose, I have my Oohoo Sticky. Let's make it sticky again. Okay, so let's put this hand over here. And the cool thing is that I guess I need like some sort of screwdriver, flat one, a flat short one. Thank you very much. I guess this one, so that I can basically just try to put it here. Maybe not. Yeah. To actually like have the illusion of a graffiti that is going over multiple layers. I guess I can just like cover this in glue, because I will just put a few over. You don't want to stick. So let's bring out the stronger cannons. Let's bring out the Pateks. Pateks is maybe it does not like work because the pillar is coated in like a top coat of some sort, so maybe this is why the glue isn't sticking. Okay, so let's do another one. Maybe the dope Popeye thing. Okay, so I have to mess it up before I remove it from the tray. I can just do this. Okay. Yeah, that's more like it. So now I have to cut it. I'm really curious how the final outcome of this will look like. Because now it looks okay, I think. But hopefully after all those graffiti and stickers, it will look more interesting. Popeye has a green corn pipe on this one. Don't know exactly why, but maybe it's because of the spinach. Or maybe it should be like some hemp. Some wheat in there. Maybe that's a reference. Okay. So hopefully this one will hold a little bit better. At least it separates a whole lot better than the other one. So let's put the Popeye onto here. I can just... We want to keep the original structure, of course. Those little mini stairs. That one went really nice. Look at that. I guess you can still make out the structure. I guess I messed up the hand. Hand won't stick at all. I guess I have to secure it. Yeah, I mean... And then I also have to combine it with the other ones as well. Let's see, let's go for one of the ones that I printed. Those are already faded, so I don't have to. It was a clever plan to use the printer on its crappiest setting. I just put in some new cartridges. Oh my god, I really hate those like modern inkjet cartridges. It's such an enshittification thing. There was a time when we had like the perfect cartridge on those Canon printers, but of course the printers that worked with this cartridge, they do not longer exist. So, and inside every printer there's a ticking time bomb. Normal consumers will never encounter it, but our family printed quite some copies on those home printers, and so we encountered this hard limit where the printer basically, it counts every sheet you print, and once you reach a certain amount you cannot print anymore. I mean, there are like hacks where you can just basically reset the firmware or try something, but still it won't let you print anymore. So yeah. And if you upgrade to a new one, of course the printer does cost like nothing, basically. But the ink is very expensive. Also there is a detailing style called sticker bomb. Oh, okay, so this is like where you all put all the stickers side to side at once. Yeah, there's like a hard counter in those printers, where it basically the printer tells the PC that it has reached its limit. But like I said, normal consumer will probably never reach those numbers, because the normal shelf life of a printer is you buy it, you print as long as there is ink in there, and then you just basically never buy a second cartridge set, and it just stays there and does nothing. Or you just like downgrade it to black and white copies. The thing is, at least it's not one of those printers, if they even exist, because you just heard about them online, that when one color is missing, like let's say yellow, that you can't print anymore. That's, at least with the Canons that I've counted so far, that's bullshit, because you just can overwrite the error message and you just accept that there is no yellow. And you can print for a while still, until you will notice a difference in quality. But the thing is, there is like the cartridge is a plastic tank full of paint, and then there is like a little pad of like a sponge, and there is also, I guess, a sponge inside the printer head. And if this sponge is like depleted, then yeah, there is no ink left. And if you deplete the sponge, like I do, as soon as you put in a new cartridge, the new cartridge will basically be full, and once the printer restarts and like cleans itself, then the new cartridge also is almost like half full, because it has to fill up the thing, the sponge. So it doesn't really matter if you be like clever and try to, oh, I can save on ink if I don't replace it. It prints just fine. As soon as you replace it, then it will just refill. No. Those are individual letters, but I will not just cut them out individually. Some of them I will just leave as like with a white background. Maybe because I'm lazy, or maybe because it might look cool. If I can get this off the paper. Okay, there we are. Okay, the L I can just cut. That's an easy one. On my milk tag, famous sprayer milk. It's actually quite rare that you encounter like really good graffiti, I think, in the wild. Let's go with this mixtape underneath afterwards. I mean, on a technical level, we have like those walls where you can spray. They are just like canvases in the open that people use to put their art on. And at least on a technical level, those are fine, I guess. But, you know, usually they don't speak to me. So let's see, we have like oh, that one's quite nice. I mean, back in the early 2000s, when we really still printed a lot, we had like I said, there were like a couple cartridges that had like a bigger volume in them. Oh shit. Did I just mess up something? No. And I spilled some glue over there. Time for a new placemate. Somewhere, somewhen. This hand doesn't stick at all. I'm kinda furious about it. So interesting. So we just refilled our own cartridges. I mean, this was like back in the days when the ink wasn't as sophisticated as it is now. And we had access to a plotter thingy from the same brand. And plotters work with really big cartridges, like usually up to 1 liter of ink. And so yeah, we were able to siphon those cartridges with a syringe, and we just refilled our own like smaller cartridges with it. And luckily back then the print quality wasn't as as good as it is today, so with this self-mixed cartridges it came out fine. But after that we just switched to original brand ink, because let me tell you, that's one of the things that I never went like third party. Because normal ink, if you buy it from the company that produces the printer, I don't have any complaints. It does not get bad, it does not fail over time. And those cheaper knockoff products, even if they claim they are less good in quality, they are not. And usually when we want to print something at home, it basically required good quality, because if not, I would just like send it to the office and print it from the laser jet thing. So yeah. I mean, back then we also used to print our own CD, like covers. You know, if you burn a CD, there were those blank CDs that you can actually print on the surface of the CD. Okay, so let's go with this washed up SS Gridman one. So see. She complains about the printer. Oh God, I'm so mad with our office printer. Not because it malfunctions, doesn't happen too often, I think, but usually because it's so slow. And this is also what annoys me with like home printers as well, that sometimes they just take forever to start up because they have to self-clean, and then it spins and it rattles and it's loud, and you think to yourself, what are you even doing? It's like really annoying if you just want to do a quick print, you know, and it does this things. She uses swear words in 3 languages. Well, yeah. No, but all things considered, I'm quite happy with the printer I have, and I still need one. I mean, a printer is something that most people will not have at home anymore these days. I mean, most people don't even have a normal PC by now. But I guess today more people have like a 3D printer at home than a normal inkjet printer that they can use, simply because you don't have to print anymore. I mean, what would a normal person print? I mean, yeah, you can do photos, but I'm really sorry. I have to remove this hand and put it like, I mean, maybe up here. Maybe it's better this way, because it does not stick at all. I've kind of messed this up. Okay, let's find another one for here. Maybe ones that I did, or maybe like the Superman logo. That's okay. See, does not stick so well. You would assume that this does stick to the surface a bit better because it's all like coarse and rough, but no, it does not. I will not even attempt to. Will that be like easier with the knife to cut this in some way? Will that be faster? I guess. Especially if I'm not really considering all the details. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that one's a bit better. Maybe if I slap some of the... Let's see how the water decals are holding up on this. I don't have a tray of water. Let's use this, and let's siphon some of my drinking water. Ah, okay. So let's go with one of the larger, smaller ones. Put them in here. So I guess I need my tweezers for that. How is this, the quality? Yeah, I'm really shocked that this does not stick so well to the surface. I mean, it will be better on a flat surface, that's for sure. but I want to have it like covering some edges too, because, you know, like the real deal. Okay, let's see how the water decal is doing. Okay, oh, it slides. Ah, nice. Okay, let's put it on here. Oh shit. Music. Does it really say music? Yeah, it says music. Okay. Wow. Much generic. Let's put it on like this. Okay. Well, that's nice. I can work with that. I can work with that. I wished all of them were like water slide decals. Water slide decals are such a nice thing to have and to install. There is a graffiti that says graffiti. Oh yeah, let's put it in here. So let's go with the tape. I'm looking forward to my tape here. Just mess it up a bit. And then let's see if I can keep this blurry stuff here. Maybe incorporate it into a design of some sort. If there is some white that I need to fill, I can also use like acrylic paint afterwards. Okay. It's this side is up. It's okay. And then we have another water slide. Just put it here. Oh yeah. So and basically I have to cover all of this. I mean, I have time. Hopefully I have time. Let's do another one of the faded gridman ones. Maybe here on the bottom. What's the bottom doing? This does not look right. Let's do one of the actual ones on the other side. It's also not the the most enjoyable scissor to use for precise workflow. It's more like a butcher knife. Also, if you haven't already noticed, I'm also left-handed, so. But I never like used left-hand tools, I guess, like special ones from the leftorium of Ned Flanders. If we want to stay in the Simpson Mo Sislek University universe. So some things I can do with both hands, like work with a computer mouse, but for other things I can't. I also need my left hand settings in all the video games, like Guitar Hero or stuff like that. It's just really annoying if you play with friends. You constantly have to switch the settings. That one is actually quite nice because it's already black. I guess I put it on here. That looks good. So I don't have to cut those. Just fade it a bit. Okay. Yeah, that one looks nice. You can't actually see it, can you? Can try to turn it a bit, but otherwise I wouldn't be able to work on it. So there's a blurry tag that I did. So let's cut it out. I will just don't cut it as precise, and I will simply paint the rest. Let's try that. Let's try that method. I have no black. Why though? Just use my edding, my personal brand permanent marker, the edding. Okay, so the water slides will rub off this way. But maybe for the other ones it's beneficiary if I do this. This might produce some heat. So it might settle a bit better. Okay, so the water slide. I guess I will do the water slides last. Maybe that's the way to do it, maybe. Who knows? Okay, what's the next one? Statue of Liberty. Or one of my self-made ones. What's with that one? Oh my god. That one is not available anymore. That one also. Are they all gone? I guess so. Red is still okay. Okay. So, okay, so if I actually weather it on the model, it works better. Okay. The more you know, we're learning. We are learning. That's why we are here. We are here today to learn. Okay, so that one is quite intense to cut. But yeah, all in all, I think it does look as gritty and as weathered down as I would have imagined it. It's actually quite interesting how hard it is to make something look like weathered down and like run down. I mean, and Mother Nature does this all for free. Can you actually believe it? Why I like Japanese characters so hard to like stupid kanjis. Is this even a kanji? I don't know. It sure looks like one. So if I just will apply those stickers, then and then fade over them, I guess it's easier to do. With enough of those stickers, I could like open my own dropship business, because those are like the stickers that you always find in some packages that come with like a really small package of gums and a letter that says thank you for your order. Okay, let's try this method. So, any plans for the weekend? I mean, it's still summer, it's still prime vacation season. This weekend is Annie night, but I won't go. Because it's too far away. I mean, it's not really far away, but I don't want to go by car because I don't want to drive, and also don't want to pay for like horrendous amount for parking there. And to go with the bike, it's quite far. And then I also have to like bring some clothes to change, and just to be there for 1 or 2 hours, it's not worth it. And I also would have to use the crappy bike as well, because the nice one I would have to leave it outside, and I won't do that. So, no thank you. But I might make a video about the topic, why I don't visit conventions anymore. Survive, oh yeah, that's a good plan, actually. I mean, right now it's really hot here inside the house. So yeah, I mean, this week I tried to sleep at the couch for the first time. I mean, for the first time since I moved here, well, like 2 years ago. But the couch is so uncomfortable, and I'm also like too lazy to like do my own bed, and so therefore, you know, it didn't really help much. So I was like, no, I will just bear the heat. Some dreams are good though. Like fever dreams. I also bought the IKEA thing, what is it called? You know, where you can put up the tools. That is the thing that is right behind me. The famous IKEA one, because there are lots of printable supplies, so that I can finally realize my color selection wall for all the model paint tops that I have and that I'll hopefully have at some point. So as soon as the showcases arrive, I guess tomorrow, I will just put them together and we will mount them. So at least next month you will have the showcases behind me in the stream, at least on the Plamando streams. And I can also display some of the models that I've already built. I hope that they fit, because the showcases aren't like really wide. They are just like 9.5 centimeter in depth. And so I guess if you have some with like weapons, you just have to basically display them in a way that the weapons are not like pointing forward. And I also have to stick to like high grade and real grade, I guess, because master grade it won't fit in those showcases. But master grade might be so big and so display-able that I might also consider displaying it upstairs in the real showcase when I ever do some master grades. I don't know. I mean, I have enough, like, it's enough stressful to put those smaller ones together. So, okay. What's up with that one? That's the first time I actually can use this like soft sanding tool thingy proper, so that it actually helps me to do stuff. That's not what I want. Ah, the panda with the Uzis, that's a nice one. Because if I just... I have to cut this out. Yeah, the wall with the holes. Luckily, like this is an international item that IKEA sells, and so there are tons of useful gear that you can mount on it. We had those also for the Artist Alley booth, and displayed some postcards and some keychains on it. I mean, especially back then when a really nice Artist Alley booth was hard to come by. Nowadays they are all like quite elaborate, and people are putting their all into those Artist Alley booths. So I guess in many cases we were trend starters. But nowadays it's nothing out of the ordinary if you have like some light strings or some fake plants there, or have an iPad that is displaying your art, or you know. The only thing not many people are still having is a custom printed tablecloth. Don't exactly understand why, because we printed this like tablecloth thingy that is actually was rated for like non-flammable great, and it was quite easy to handle because it did not produce any like folds, so it did not, you know, crumple. If you packed it away, you could wash it, and it looked really nice. So and it was like cheap for what it was. I mean, we really used this thing for years and years. So yeah, we even printed a second one as a backdrop, but sadly we couldn't use the backdrop as often as we wanted to because most of the time behind us weren't enough space to put on some tripods and mount it. So yeah. Is that a wholesome IKEA part? Yeah. I mean, I guess technically those are holes, but they aren't round. They are like elliptic. I mean, I guess I can show it to you later because it's over there on the laser printer, and I've already tried to print some holder thingies for the colors. Where is it? There it is. Okay, I will have to use this on here. Also of the Marilyn Monroe, I guess I will just cut out the red part because otherwise it would be too large. When I walked to IKEA earlier this week, they had already like a little section that was like crossed off, but they clearly already tried to set up the Halloween decoration. Basically was the same like last year. They had some cute pumpkin things, but I don't need any more Halloween decoration, so I'm good. I'm good. That's the problem with a house. A house is harder to decorate. Like really decorated. Like, you know, like basically like a theme park. This works really well, I gotta say. Looks messy, but it works. Okay, so is there anything I can use? Maybe one of those wash downs. But I guess it's one of those tasks where I totally miscalculated the amount of time it would take. Especially because I thought I can just, you know, slap those stickers on and they would actually stick. Here, cutting tool would be like an automated cutter, like basically like a laser cutter, but it still cuts with a knife inside. I think would be awesome. Or the laser by itself, if it would actually work like advertised, where you can just basically lay something in there that has like a clear contour and just scan it, and then it will just create an outline and cut it. That's how it was advertised. But since the camera is too misaligned and is like a fish eye and has a really like wide lens, it doesn't work like that. So even if you calibrate it, it's not really up to the task. So yeah. Back to hand it is. Back to hand it is. It's so satisfying if you damage it and it looks actually good. So, oh my god, I just, like, look at this. I can just, yeah, that's, it looks so good. Yes. Okay, let's go with that animal thing. That's not like large, but I mean, it's not so large. It's just, compared to the figure, it would be like basically torso sized, a little bit bigger. So not so bad, not so bad. Yesterday I was looking for like Nandroid parts to maybe custom mesh together my Toshiko, the mascot for Mo University. I mean, I found the faces, and there are of course the I guess turquoise or blue eyes that she have. Those were easy to come by. But for the hair I would have to buy either a Miku, then the color would be okay, but maybe the hairstyle not so much. Or I would have to buy like a saber like from Fate Saber that has like almost the same hairstyle. But then I would have to repaint the whole part. And of course I also would have to ask my mother if she can sew the dress or like the clothes. I mean, there is a free PDF book that is basically for sewing Nandroid doll clothes. It's in Japanese, but still it's like the whole thing scanned and free to look at and to download. That's nice. But the problem is the Toshiko's clothes are a bit like, you know, multi-layered and stuff, so it's not so easy and not so. It wasn't designed in a way that it would be easy to replicate this. I have to take care. It's a travel part. So I have put this on the board because of the upcoming trip to Japan that is like still 6 months ahead, but still. I simply wanted to talk about travel, like international travel. Because I did not travel a lot in my life, I think. The other day I was like counting how many times I was on a plane. I guess it was like 20 times, or maybe more, but something between like 20 or 25. I mean, I actually had like several business trips to like some European cities. Fits for the season. Yeah, that's also a thing where I put it there. Yeah, I had like a few business trips in the past. I guess one to Belgium and one to Bulgaria, like Sofia, and I guess one to Bremen as well. But yeah, like all those conventions in Germany, I would not call those like, I wouldn't call this travel per se. I was once to like Swiss when my father still went to Mallorca a couple times. I visited him there, but it was in like the spring because he was like biking, cycling, so there was not the famous like party beach area that was still like closed off due to the season. I mean, back then we had such a thing like seasons, you know, like a spring or something where it was not so nice. But yeah, I actually never like traveled a lot. But maybe it's a thing that I might consider the older I get. But what about you? Are you like a person who travels a lot? The song Mallorca by Loft. I don't know that one. I assume it's one of the like a Phaeton hits of some sort. I mean, my dad listened to those like songs back then quite often. We have all the like LPs, Ballermann hits and stuff like that. Nowadays we all only hear it like ironically. My first international like travel was actually going to England, UK, London, when I was, I don't know, like what, I guess I was like already like 10, 12, 11, I don't know, like double digits in age. It was actually my first flight back then, and we went there because we went to Legoland. Because back then there was only a Legoland in Denmark, of course, and one in UK. And when we went to UK, it was actually around the time when what's it called in English? The cow sickness, like if you eat a burger that you might get sick, the Rinderwahn. So, and when we were in England, in London, we just ate like McDonald's 3 days straight. No, like yeah, that was. I mean, I was a picky child, a picky eater as a child, and yeah, we actually like stayed in a like hostel or something, like a private. I guess it was. It wasn't a hotel. It was just a private hosted accommodation, and they actually had like this typical English breakfast, like with toast and jam, you know, like, but jam is like just citrus flavored, like orange and yes, lemon, you know. And so yeah, so we just went to McDonald's all the time because it was also the only thing that had like that was open all the time late at night when we came back from our sightseeing, because we took the Asian approach to sightseeing, like visit all the sites in like 3 days, so we were like constantly on the move. But yeah, I still remember like parts of this trip, but I never went back to UK, even though it's not really cheap or like expensive to do. Like the flights, I guess, are pretty cheap if you buy them in advance. So yeah. But yeah, that was my first international travel. But since my parents weren't big into travel, I mean at all, I also did not, you know, catch the travel bug. And so okay, those Sharpies are all trash. Good to know that I can just okay. But yeah, what are your travel goals? I mean, do you want to go somewhere in the near future? I mean, back then people traveled a lot because of the different weather, for and foremost, because, you know, you had to travel in the summer. You wanted to travel like to at least Italy or Spain because the weather was much nicer and much hotter and like more stable, you know, like sunny all the time. I guess that's not necessary anymore. Then of course people like to travel because of the food. I mean, I really the one thing I looking forward the most when I go to Japan is all the food, because that's stuff you can't really get here, at least not in this quality to this price point, you know. But since our cuisine has gotten so much more international over the years, so you can basically buy everything in a local supermarket now, and there are also like quite a few international restaurants, especially if you live in the city. You can go to a Thai place, you can go to a Greek restaurant, you can go to a burger place, you can go like pretty much everywhere. So traveling because of the food is also not really necessary anymore. And then it depends. If you want to have like lasting memories about like some sites, you know, okay. If you are a technocrat, you can also say you can see those places, you know, with some virtual reality goggles, VR, and so forth. But of course, it's not the same as being actually there. Costa del Soleto. Yeah. Concrete jungle, yeah. I mean, that's the thing that I really wonder, because when you talk to people that say, okay, in like the desert it's also hot, or like in the United Emirates or in Japan it's also hot, or like this and that, and they always say, but it's a different heat, they always say, you know. And I wonder if it's really that different, you know. If like 50 degrees in the desert feels better or manageable than like 35 or 40 here, because you know, I don't know. Sounds quite hot, to be honest. Hot. That's hot. That's hot. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. If it's really that different. Yeah, I mean, they always say it's like dry heat, but what is dry heat? I mean, when does dry heat start? Because if I now like check the weather, I mean it's not hot anymore outside, but still, I guess I can use this one. That's better. Okay. Yeah, it's quite humid outside. But let's see if we have like, I have like a outside temperature probe. Let's see for the humidity. Yeah, but it's like 40. Is this like still considered like humid? I don't know. I mean, I get that maybe in the jungle it's a bit annoying if it has like 80% humidity or even more. I also don't know if I have like places that I want to visit real bad. I mean, I guess like country-wise, because I already were in Japan. I mean, it's a big country, so I haven't seen everything, of course. But if you're just speaking by country, I don't know. Because like maybe Australia or New Zealand, but that's quite expensive. Maybe some more achievable goals, like Denmark, for example. Check the weather. It's Czech Republic. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I wasn't even like visiting all our neighbor countries. I was to Switzerland. but it was just for a friend's wedding, so I did not really like did much or sightseeing at all or check out the place. Same goes for all the German cities where we stayed because of conventions. I mean, like the bigger ones like Bonn, Kassel, and Düsseldorf, we know our way around the city because we were there so often and usually a few days in advance. So yeah, but the smaller ones where we just mainly stayed at the convention center and just arrived at the day when the event started. You know, it's just, you can say, oh, I was like to Munich, but first, of course, the Animuk wasn't in Munich at all. And even then, it would be a stretch to say I visited the city. It was more like being in a band where you just stay at places, but you never like really know anything about the place itself. I was to Hungary once, or twice, or thrice. Maybe I guess like 5 or 6 times already. 2 or 3 times because of a convention, and the other ones were just for shopping. Not that it's so cheap to shop in Hungary, but you can get a few things that you can't get here, like local stuff and also like funny flavors of brands we already know. Because as you all know, our supermarkets are pure garbage in Austria. That's why we have so many of them. Can always pump out low quality stuff. You were hungry too. I had dinner. What did you have for dinner? Famous Wiener Schnitzel. I wasn't I guess I did not even like visited all the districts or the states, so to say, in Austria. Like we only have like 9 sub-states. And I did not visit them all. I guess I still... I don't know, the only one that I'm missing is Vorarlberg. Don't know if there is an English word to that. The land, so to say. Because Tyrol, I went there once, I think. Could be mistaken. I mean, I was to Carinthia, Styria, Upper Austria, yeah. Salzburg, yeah, of course. Burgenland, the land of the burgs, like castle. It's literally translates to castle land. No, the other ones are self-explanatory. The problem is with our country that once you go up to those western like edge of the country, there is no way back. You can just either go straight ahead to like Luxembourg or Switzerland or Germany or stuff like that, or you make a U-turn, drive back, but you can't not really go left or right because it's all mountainous terrain, and there are only a few like streets that go across the Alps or beneath them. And so I usually don't go there because, you know, if you want to see the Alps, you can basically stay in Salzburg. Don't have to travel to Tyrol. 2 years ago, or like, no, it was not 2 years, it was actually like 5 years ago. I packed the car, hopped into the car, and simply drove without a point of destination. I mean, I had a vague plan, what I want to do. So I was not like bound to drive and drive and drive and suddenly ending up in like France. But still, I did not have like a planned route, and so I just drove until I got tired, or like the car ran out of gas, and then I stayed at a place. I booked a cheap hotel or like a bed and breakfast. I stayed there for one night and then I drove on. Oh well. Can't fall any further, I would say. Czech people are going to Polish Biedronka supermarkets for shopping if they live next door. I guess it's also cheaper there. He made some delicious curry with rice today. Ooh, straight out of an anime. He's actually a really good cook and makes the best burgers. Ooh, oh wow. Was it like a golden curry, curry roux? It tastes so good, curry, but it kind of looks like a bit like unpleasant. But yeah, the curry roux is really good. Problem is when I do it myself, it's just one big pot and I can eat for like a whole week. Oh, it was a more Indian than... Oh, okay. Indian curry. I actually never tried Indian curry to make it by myself. I did like a red curry or Thai green curry once. But Indian, not so much. But maybe I have to try it, because nowadays I can't really order it. When I was in Vienna, we could just simply order curry. And this is one of the dishes that you can actually safely order, because it doesn't matter if it takes like 1 hour or 2 hours to deliver. If it's cold, you simply can reheat it. That's not the problem with curry. So yeah, nicely done. Yellow curry, yeah. Burns twice. Oh, it was spicy, okay. That's the problem. Every time I cook for other people, there's usually one that doesn't really handle spice as well. And I also gotta say, I'm also not like really looking forward to extreme spicy food. I mean, there was this one anime convention in Berlin where they had like this spice contest. I mean, totally unrelated, but still. And I did not like participate because I knew that if I would participate, I would just be extremely competitive and I will not stop, and it might end badly for me, especially the next day. So I was like, no, I won't do this. I will not be silly and punish myself with some... And then it's also, it's not even like good spicy food. It's just like, you know, hot sauces or stuff like that, or some hot soup. It's not like, oh, this is a delicious meal. It's like eating hot ramen, hot instant ramen at conventions, still a thing. Because when I was still in the convention business, almost all of them had like a Nudelschlürfwettbewerb, where you just have to chuck down a cup of ramen like a Nissin Cup. And when I had time, I just participated in those events because it was free food. But I never stood a chance because it was scorching hot, and no, I don't want to like burn my throat like for 15 minutes of fame. I think it's quite forgotten, yeah. The art of the noodle slurf. Some people did it really quick. I mean, you know, there were always like people who ate it quite normally or just with a bit of haste, but then there were like, the winners were like always, oh, like a couple seconds. And I guess there is even like a world record, like there most often is with eating contests. And it's really astounding how quick they can eat it so hot. I mean, usually I don't have problems with hot beverages, but you know, not that hot. Yeah. But yeah, on Sunday I want to try out watermelon burger. Like a normal hamburger that has also a slice of grilled watermelon in it. It's a recipe from the Bob's Burgers cookbook, where I've already like tried out a couple recipes, but the watermelon burger is the one that I never came across, because usually we do this in the winter month and then you can't get a watermelon. But now I was like, oh, I will try this. What's that? Where is my mouse? Is it glued to the... I'm not sure if those are limited kits or normal releases. What are those? Is it something to eat? Okay. Entry grade. Gundam Wing entry grade. Okay. Okay. So they have like some Japanese pattern stickers. With like, oh, the mountain is quite nice. The waves. Oh. Release date August 2006. So it's now and never. I really Ukyo Gundam kits. Yeah. I really hope that my sake cup will show up pretty soon. It's such a scam to order stuff via eBay. But I wanted to have like a classic sake cup. The one that is depicted on the like Hanafuda card as well. And straight from Japan was the only place that I found it. I mean, I guess if it doesn't show up until February, I can go there myself, like the old Fanos line. Fine, I will do it myself then. But I wanted to do the photo in like September at least. Because September would be the ideal month because of the card theme. And maybe then the rivers are already like having water again. Because now, I wonder if the river that is nearby is still like flowing as it does. Would have expected that it dried up already. But it did not. It's still flowing. It keeps strong. Oh, Uma Musamui ramen bowls. Ooh, that sounds nice. Where are my tags though? Are there any tags left? Oh, there's an MTV sticker. Oh, I will use this one because this one is easy to cut. Isn't there like a new anime show where it's like about, no, eating food, but not in a delicious way, but more in a like gluttonous, hasty way? Because they already like had this weird bunch of anime series. One is about the smoking cat, and the one about the drug use of like lollies, and then now the trading anime comes out in October. So now this was like the fourth one. So we are on a run lately with weird animes that depict some bad habits. Iron something, I guess. I've seen the artwork and some Japanese tweets. Maybe. Horse meat is actually quite like, you know, common here in Austria to eat it. With a meat sandwich. I guess in Germany as well. But don't tell it to the Americans. It's frowned upon to eat the horse. I don't know about Japan, if they eat horse meat. I guess a friend of mine had some like horse meat nigiri there. Oh, that's the one that does not stick. So, But maybe I can utilize that it's between the folds, because I wasn't able to print this out proper. But maybe I can use it that it's, you know, has a natural bending curve in it. If I put it on a corner. Should be good. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can put this on here, like so, maybe. Why not? Why not Zoidberg? Okay, so how does this look, by the way? I mean, it comes together quite nice. At last step, I will add those like water slide decals, because otherwise I would just rub them off. But it's colorful. And that is what I wanted, because the figure is black and this is gray, so a little color is highly needed. Besides the graffiti stickers, I also have to build the side walls a bit higher, because I've checked it with the camera, and yeah, regardless if I frame this way or another way, I will see this spot, because that's the problem. If you have like a thing that goes into the depth, you have to make it bigger the farther it reaches away from you. If it's just one continuous board in the background that fills the whole background, it's easy. But if you have like something that goes back there, you have to make it bigger and bigger the farther it gets away. Yeah. And then I also have to do the sidewalk as well. Maybe I find some like, I have to look up if there are specific waste paper basket or like trash cans in upstate New York, like typical ones. And if I can find like a 3D model of them so that I can maybe print it, so that we have a nice trash can. Or maybe like fold some pizza boxes, like some pizza cardboards, and put it like around here, like some trash that accumulates. This was the one thing I also can remember about the London trip. Even I was like a very young child, but to this day I can remember the first thing that we saw when we came up from the subway or the tube, how the Londoners call it. We came up like the stairs from the underground level. There was so much like newspaper and waste lying around. Holy shit. Sometimes I often forget how clean Austria actually is. And to be honest, it also quite improved over the last 2 years, since we have the deposit for all like bottles and cans, like Germans also have. I mean, not all of them, we are still lagging a bit of some of them, but still. It improved significantly, especially in the urban areas. But yeah. I mean, I also have to be very cautious in Japan, because, you know, you can't like leave your trash around in Japan. You have to have I guess I have to have like a bag or something where I can put stuff. I guess I still have to buy a new backpack, because I don't have like I don't have a nice backpack. I have one that I use when I use my bike and cycling to my workplace. Then I have like the ones where I put the camera in, and that also fits a smart doll as well. But that is like a technical backpack that doesn't fit much else besides of camera gear, even if you put out all the dividers and whatnot. So I might have to get a fancy backpack. Those are quite expensive though. Like an East bag or something. Because if we are constantly on the road, it might get annoying. That was the good thing when I still had like female travel companions. They had like always like bags and purses. I can like stow stuff. But usually I don't like carrying around like baggage. This was so silly. Like this week, when it was the hottest day, I drove home with my bike, and I was already like 5 kilometers away from the company, And suddenly I was like, oh, today feels like super nice, until I realized that I left my backpack in the office. And then I was like super pissed. Luckily, I noticed this before the steep uphill portion of the track. I mean, it's not super steep, but still. If I would have like drove this already, I wouldn't have turned back for the backpack. I mean, the backpack has my keys in it for the house, but even then I wouldn't have like drove back. I would have just go to my parents' place first and grab some spare keys. So I had to drive back 5 kilometers, back again. Super annoying. No, it wasn't halfway, but still. Problem also was it was very hot, and also that the wind was a tailwind, but if you drive back it becomes a headwind. So yeah, it was very annoying, because this also never happened, that I forgot my backpack. And I did not notice. It's like, oh, it feels so nice, it feels so right, because if I go for a leisure ride, of course I don't have a backpack. Sometimes I also forget my helmet. I don't also realize until it's too late. But you know, helmet is just, you know, I always think, how often did I fall with the bike? Never. So why should I fall now? Just drive safely without a helmet. But yeah. I mean, the craziest thing and the most worrisome thing that ever happened to me was when I still lived in Vienna, and I went to work and I drove with like public transport, and I had to like switch mode of transport like 2 or 3 times, like one line to another. And on the last station, when I hopped off the train right in front of my work, I just realized that I did not have my little man purse on me, where everything was inside. I mean, my keys and stuff like that. You know, it's a bit annoying if you lose the front key to an apartment, because eventually you have to change all the locks. And my instant reaction was, oh shit, I left the purse in the train, you know, that just moved away. And so yeah, I was constantly worried about it, and I was like, what should I do? Will this be like found in Lost and Found? So yeah, I drove home in the afternoon after work, and what basically happened is that I left my purse at home. So all the worry all day was basically about nothing, but I was like still like Googling all day what will happen if I lose my key to the apartment, what will happen, what I have to do. Yeah, of course I tried to reach someone at the like train line and told them that I might have lost my bag in this train, and they of course couldn't only tell me, yeah, you just have to hope that it's will be picked up by some personnel. Okay, so what do we have? What do we have here? Oh, the popsicle. Yeah, let's do the popsicle. Nice grinning popsicle. Drop that. Ooh, ooh. The popsicle is a sassy one. Okay. What's the time? Oh, we're getting closer and closer to midnight. I guess I will do a short break, grab something grab a cold one to drink. I also have to like start the watering for the garden. I'll do a short break, stand up for a bit, dread my feet, and then I will continue to work on this for a few more minutes. So you can also enjoy a potty break or something like that. Reheat the curry. Now we have the grinning popsicle. So where is my sanding paper? These first couple stickers do not stick there at all. Wild stuff, I gotta say, wild stuff. Okay, so that's the last one. I will take a short break and maybe I will just clean this off because it becomes a bit messy. No, I don't like that. And then I will be here in a hot minute. So see you. Okay, and here I'm back. So about the chat, I was like, I once forgot my work and your work, so your papers that you're working on a tram. I only realized after getting off that the dental work I had picked up from dentist for some patients had continued this journey without me an extra bag. First complicated, but then the country transit told me that there was a bag with important work for patients left in the tram. Thankfully I managed to find it. Next day I was instead okay, yeah. So it was like actually a physical items, like a spare teeth or something. Also, you have to admit it was pretty stressful at first because they initially insisted that they couldn't find the bag. Yeah, this was, I mean, this person's work is already thinking about how it was. Yeah. It's crazy that you have to like carry this like on your own, like that there is no like system where you can just transport it with like a freight company or stuff like that. So I can like, now that I'm like standing up, I can show you the board. Like that's the IKEA board for the colors, and I printed out those color holders, and it's like, well, I can put in the colors and have a nice display, not only like very practical, but also we can decorate our wall like a personal little rainbow, and they will be put there in this corner that you basically never see, like here. Can you actually see it? No, the camera, can the color actually follow me? Yeah, like here is a nice wall, and the showcases will be put here from side to side, basically 1.60 meters. So this spans from here to, I guess, over there. So there is still space for a picture frame. Yeah. So yeah, that's the board meeting. Chairman of the board. So cheers. I've decided to also put the Gundam sticker on here. Somewhere that we can actually see it would be nice with the final model. Maybe down here. CEO of Moe University. I'll actually be the headmaster, since it's a university. I don't know what the actual structure of a US university is. If they have like a board, if this is like structured like a company. It's actually pretty wild that you have like an institution like a school, and who's the highest ranked like people there. I mean, you have like the headmaster, and I guess you can do whatever you want, because above him I guess there is like a district manager, like, you know, the superintendent, like from The Simpsons, this Chalmers. But then what's up then? There is like basically only the Minister of Education, I think. If your country even have something like this. Is it like mandatory that you have like certain ministries, like government agencies? I mean, it's common to have one for like finance and one for defense and one for like, I guess, state affairs. But sometimes they also do like pretty outlandish ones, like social stuff that basically they look invented or like purposely built for the current situation, because I guess there is no like rule that you have certain ministers on hand. Or maybe it's in the constitution, who knows. do we even need a minister for education? I don't know. Can't it be like a chatbot? Wasn't there like Albania that has a like prime minister that is basically a chatbot? Cutting out my Gundam sticker here is like it's like doing it in Photoshop, but with like real hands, like the scissor tool in real life. Doing it exactly exactly as I would do it in Photoshop. Very sloppy. My boss was actually pretty calm about it here. Like there is a board of higher professors or something. Yeah, I guess so. It has to be. I mean, there can't be like just one guy who does all the like decisions. So calm about it. He was sure the bag could turn up eventually because, well, it's not exactly like someone would want to walk off with a box. Yeah, that's the only positive, that it's something that most people will not see as a valuable item. So, you know. I mean, that's also the thing, if you just have like a bag with some like keys in there, the possibility is high that it might get returned. But also it's quite a hassle to actually like return certain items. Because the most like valuable thing that I ever found was a cell phone on a bus bench on my daily like walk. I found a cell phone, and I looked around, nobody was there, so I picked it up and it was dead. So like the battery was depleted, like at constant. And on the way home, I already looked up what to do with a found cell phone. And of course, you can't bring this to the police, because the police only will accept like dangerous material, like if you found a weapon or something. But actually, that's it. Not even if you find like money. If you find money, you also have, you know, if you are an honest person, you have to bring it to a I guess you basically your like city office or something like that, and then it gets under in a like state where you can't claim it, and if nobody claims it within like 1 year, it's yours. But yeah, for like cell phones, you can't bring it to the police. They will just say we aren't responsible for like stuff like that. So it's becoming a bit annoying to bring it to the rightful place. So I just went home with it and I charged it. And luckily for me, the person that the firm belonged to did not set up any login barriers at all. I was a bit surprised. I don't know if this is like a common thing that people do, because I always have at least my Face ID or my thumb biometric thing to unlock everything. So this person did not have like anything, so I was free to use his phone. So I just went into like WhatsApp and searched for a few contacts that he chatted with recently, and I just wrote them, hey, I have his phone and maybe you can contact him. And next day he did, and I was able to return the phone to its rightful owner. So yeah. But those things really suck if you lose them, especially your phone. I mean, I don't know what about your phone, but if I would lose my phone, it would be like game over, because of all the like two-factor identification, all the like financial apps that you have like access to. So really annoying if you lose phone. Like wallet, not so much. I mean, yeah, there are like a few like cards in there, like my driver's license and stuff like that. But if this is like gets lost, you can pretty much issue a new one. It's not really. And most of those ID cards are invalid anyway. I have like a personal like ID in there that is like long expired. Some for public transport, also long expired. But sometimes you can just, if I'm on a train, I might, you know, do a quick, and maybe it's they won't notice that it's an old license. It's an old code, but it still checks out. Yeah, drugs, guns. Cash. I don't really know. I mean, especially if you found like a really like small amount. If you find like $100 on the street, they do not care about it. If you find like maybe a suitcase full of money, maybe they might look into it. But I think the cases where the police gets handed over a suitcase full of money because someone found it are quite rare, I would say. I mean, I guess maybe if you find something really like unique, like when there was this burglary thing on like the crown jewels. If you find like the crown from the Prince of Wales, you might can bring it to the police, because who else would it belong to if not a museum? So, but other than that, it's not so easy to be righteous. It's far more easy to be like selfish and untrustworthy. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you for watching. Yeah, good night. Have a nice weekend. See you on Monday, yeah, for Plum Monday, where I will be able to finish the Miku, hopefully. And so yeah, and I will just keep on going for a few more stickers. Guess I will also start with the water decals soon, because this is pretty much finished. So let's start with the water decals then, as a finishing touch. Finish. I have like my little tub of water, a little droplet. Where is the one that I already started with? Here it is. Okay, so let's start with that one. And so those are really small compared to the other ones, but I guess I also have to cover the stairs as well. Those are my most likely for the stairs. So let's soak some of them into water. I'm using some of them as stair things, because the other ones are too big for the stairs, I think. Yeah, I mean that monkey I will use. The Batman logo. Let's do the Batman logo as well on that side. Classic Batman logo is really nice. From the comics, or I guess from the animated series. Should I use like something to press down? Does this work with a tissue? Yeah, okay. Fine. Fine. I'm really curious how the final picture might look. Gotta say. Because I'm still not sure like about everything. But I guess it will be fine. Let's see. It will be fine. The only thing, and that's the case with every diorama that I built, is that you might not see the whole thing, you know? Because every model kit looks good from like 5 feet away, and every diorama looks nice if you just crop it in a way that it's just a portrait of the figure, and the diorama becomes like a blurry background. And then it doesn't matter like at all how it looks. Because as it is, it looks really nice, but of course, like I said, it has to look convincing in a photo setup. Doesn't really matter if it looks nice. On its own. Are they pre-cut? No. They are not pre-cut. There is a small fly here. I've attracted, my beer attracted a fly. Now it's going up the can. Maybe it enjoys the cold. Now it's off the can again, okay. Those smaller ones are a nice touch though, gotta say. I don't know where my knife is. It is here, okay. I mean, it is even crazy that I had to do all the walls, paint them, but now we are plastering them with stickers. Oh. The smaller ones, when I put them like upside down or in the between two stairs, you also can't really read them anymore, and you are not fooled that they just basically all say music and graffiti and like cool, like basic words. But those stickers were a good purchase, actually, because I've known that those water slide decals will be very small in size because those are for model train sets. So I did not expect them to be massive. But to find all those like tags online and to print them out and to cut them would have been really annoying work to do. So I'm glad that I did not have to do this. I hope it stays down at some point. I guess it's unwise to let them like soak in water for too long. Otherwise the glue might go off. So let's try to keep the pace up. Let's use one of the bigger ones. The top is too small for the big one. Oh no. Oh, that's a nice one. I can even like put this on as it is with the white border. This cartoon star. It's the last layer. That is the freshest one. Yes, okay, so what about that one? Okay, that still says what it is. Okay. Let's do another one. Is there one here that I missed? Seems like it. Where is my tissue? Hey, stay down or don't. I don't care. What about my phone? Okay, nothing really. Okay. Let's try to cover all those stairs with stickers. and hope that they are drying up and sticking. Otherwise I have to spray this hole with some top coat, but this wouldn't be wise because there are glass doors. I also have to build the Supreme logo, the store logo. It's just a red rectangle boxy thing that I put in on the front. Not where the actual Supreme logo is on the store. A little bit below, because then I would still see it on the final picture. I guess that would be nice, wouldn't it? If I can see it, what I've built. Maybe some people will get the reference, I don't know. I mean, they will get the reference because the description will tell them what it is, but still. Because then it's only like a real good work if you can make it out that it is this building. Otherwise it would be just, yeah, it's just a random building with like graffiti on it. Music goes unnecessary hard today. That's the drum and bass thingy. Don't know how much time I will have on the weekend to work on this thing. Okay, so let's do another water slide thingy in here. Then let's do one of my own creations. Did I use them all already? Huh. Oh, there is one like the Gridman universe thing. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I only have my own creations on like normal paper, That's bad because, you know, they won't stick. I know this because we tried it. We tried it. Okay, let's try a big one. That's a really large one. I have to. Top is way too small for that. Nice and run down, I would say. Nice and run down. Let's stick that one up here. Okay. Let's do some smaller ones. For the stairs. I would not have not have imagined that I will need so many of the stickers. Luckily I have still a few of them for the side walls that might or might not be seen in the final picture. So it's midnight. Normally I would just end the stream here. But I still want to apply a few of those stickers. Let's see that I can at least like cover a portion of those stairs. I might as well do an update photo of the set as well. The current state. Okay, so I still have a few stickers left, and I have 2 sheets of the... just rip this off. Heisenberg sticker, might use that one over here. Why not? Just have them stretch the corner, cutting off the thing here. Okay, then we have a nice big water slide graffiti thing. Let's put this over here to give it a bit more of a layered texture. Smaller ones are of course for the stairs. On the stairs I also might have to like put in a little acrylic paint. So yeah. yeah. Yeah, it actually comes together. I mean, also like different layers that look interesting. So now we have the ripped off Heisenberg tagline. That we can actually use here in the front, especially if we weather it down. By a lot. See? Not so bad. And then we put that large one on top, and that's it. So we have still 2 sheets of water slide decals and a couple small ones. So let's do the small ones first. I mean that's semi-big. Once this dried up, I also have to put some white spots here. Original stairs almost look like, I don't know if this is like a bird poop on the original stairs, but it looks very white. So let's go with the ape. There's a monkey. Okay, that's a larger one. I guess I can put it here. There are also a few distinctive signs that are in the pictures that I can replicate in Photoshop, and I just print it out. And maybe I put it on little like actual signs that stick outwards a bit. It's a multitasking job, isn't it? Putting up all those smaller decals while managing the bigger ones. Okay, let's see if I can put one of my own creations on the stairs. Like, the green one? Yeah, the green. Let's go with the green one. I mean, that's not... I have to glue this. Because it's just a normal paper, but still. I once did normal paper, like water slide decals, but of course then it wasn't printed with inkjet. It was just plain white paper, but it actually worked quite well. I just mixed water with a very, very narrow amount of white glue. Basically just every glue will do that is water solvent. And then I soaked the pre-cut water, the pre-cut paper bits in the water, and applied it like a water slide decal and let it dry. And it looked quite good. Back then I had to cut it all out by hand, but if I had a if I had a cutter, laser cutter back then, I think this would have looked even better then. So let's see if it sticks better on here as it does on the pillow. I guess the pillow was not good because of the spray paint that was on it. The glue did not like that at all, I think. There are really small ones on here. Holy. I will just not do them individually. Sorry. No chance. Okay, let's do another one of my own things, because this worked quite good. Let's do the yellow one, because yeah, this, or no, let's do this one. That's more like it. Once it pops off, you can never stick it back on. Now that my hands are covered in glue, just want to stick to my hands. Annoying. Okay. Let's go with those. Maybe if I add another layer. Nah, it's gone. It's gone. Okay. So now we still have the larger ones left. At least I guess. Some of them will be for the stairs, and some of them will be for the actual building. I also have to refill my water, but a few droplets of water. I'm painting some little koi fish today. Today? It's already Saturday. I modified them a bit beforehand, and they are going to be one important element of my next project. I'll probably share photos of the whole process on Twitter once. Oh, so is it one of those like layer by layer painting things in like acrylic, or like what is it called, resin, where you just add a resin layer and then you paint, and then you add another layer and you paint, so that it becomes like a three-dimensional thing in water? Those were like... Okay, so there is the banana. I still want to have the banana on there somewhere. It's actually quite a messy process here. Yeah, but I guess I will go like up to here with the stickers. And yeah, the other things will be left blank, so that you can actually also see a bit of the stone wall. Like I said, there are a few like individual tags or stickers on top, like in this section here. I guess those are like achievements. The higher you can go up there and stick something or paint something. Why isn't this working out so well? Oh no. Just fold it together. Okay. Somehow I saved it. Okay, let's do the one of the last large ones that I have to do in several steps because I was too lazy to get a real water bucket. I bought some little plastic koi fish, modified them a bit, sanded them down, and now I'm in the middle of painting. Oh. I was not aware that you can buy koi fish. And I'm curious to see the result of that. I'm sure we'll see it, because you know I'm also constantly online checking for updates. So where is my O from the oh shit? Here it is. Okay, fine. Why is the O? This is interesting. I mean, you can't really see this because of the camera, but this is like oh shit, and it's like on a white background, but the inside of the O is a little bit gray, not white. So I guess they just left it out when they like produced the sticker. Like graphic design is my passion. Okay, so now we have tons of small stickers in here. Especially ones that do not stick. Screw it. Okay, there are nice ones. Those are like the right size for the stairs. Compared to like model kids decals. Those are really easy to peel off. You don't have to let them soak in water for like half a minute. Just comes off immediately. So this makes it actually quite easy to work with. Okay, so we are down to the last sticker sheet and a couple of slab stickers left. That one, that creature, I have to cut this creature out because I don't like this thick red border, but that's a nasty one. Let's go with that. It's like a typical Austrian adverb is schier. So schierer Hund. It's like the one saying that we really can't appreciate or replicate cute things here in Austria. Or, I mean, I guess this applies to Germany or like Europe as well. But if you look at the like cute mascot characters, usually from Asia, especially Japan, and also not only the mascots but also like their graphic design in general is so cute. And when we try something like that, it's either like cringe or like kitsch or like, you know, like a really crude mascot thing. Well, it just basically comes down to our mascot work is just basically take an inanimate object and stick some googly eyes on it. You know, that's quite bad. Oh, there is something in the water. Okay, let's go. Last sticker sheet thingy. Why even sleep? It's much too hot to sleep, so why even try? Where did this go? Oh no, I lost my laugh sticker. Where is it? Where did it go? That's the peel of a banana. There it is. Okay. Everything looks the same now. But I guess I have to refill this with water. It doesn't help. Can continue like this. Yeah, this looks really nice. I will just refill this with water without a break screen. Don't be afraid if I'm not here. Now let's check for some water. Okay. I'm getting really tired, gotta say. So, it was a eventful week, I would say. So what about the remaining slab stickers? We have a dope one, maybe for the other like side. If I might see this. I'm sure there is a chocolate side on here somewhere. Where is my... Okay, where are the remaining stickers? That's a small one. Does this say sex? Oh, it does say sex. Oh, how obscene. That one says hip hop. Oh yeah. Hip hop. A hibbity, hibbity, hibbity hop. I guess I need a small one that fits on here. On the other side. Maybe that one. That's actually kind of cute. Okay. So we are down to the last 5. What does this one say? Style, okay. Guess there are like only 5 words, those stickers say. I mean, they are just for trains. You would not even like be able to read them. It's funny how those stairs are actually squishy because they are made out of foam. Okay, last 3 water slide decals. Put them in there. And we also, the bunny is cut out, so I guess this is one of the last ones that I apply. Okay. So the last bigger one goes up here on a major spot. And the 2 smaller ones maybe up here. The last one I can't, oh there it is, okay, it's a really small one. Oh well. Okay. I have a few slab stickers left that I might use on the side walls. A few of my own creations as well. That might come in handy. Let's grab a board and let's skate. Okay, let's put this over here where we can actually see it. Okay. Where's the figure? Let's place the figure on here. Okay. I'll do a quick photo of this to see how it looks. Like a real detailed one. Where you can just see the stickers. Where's the skateboard? Here's the skateboard. Okay, so let's put this into frame with the camera. I guess I can just turn off the tracking and then I can switch. And then let's get this into focus. Of course, it's the other way around, but I don't know. I guess you can get the idea what it's supposed to look like. Because I really have the feeling it's going to be something amazing. Are you planning to make an article about? Actually, I would have like enough, like I guess, photos of the making of process that an article would be makeable. But yeah, maybe. Maybe something like this would be nice. So now I can use the figure is like tilting a bit forward without like a additional peg. You see, it's like it doesn't fall over, but it's leaning forward by quite a bit. But if I put the board underneath her feet, this would actually make sense as a composition. Holy smokes! Holy smokes! That's actually quite good. Huh. Okay, so I need more graffiti for the sidewalls, and for like I have enough slab stickers. The B selection, the B side of the tape that is, of course, not as good as the A side, but still, you have paid for it, so listen to it. So let's take a picture of this, and then I will. I don't know. Finish the workshop. Not bad at all. I like it. So let me for the last thing, I have to search for like, is there something like a New York trash can or something like that? What's on the picture? What's on the surroundings at least? There's just like normal sidewalks, really big slabs, a really big slab. And here you can see what I've meant with like the additional like things that are that I have to make. So there is like there is the Supreme store sign, and then there is something like it's like a Best Buy logo, and then there is a McDonald's logo upside down. So those are like two things I can do on my own. But yeah, that's how it is. Very well. What's this? Oh, that's just a sidewalk. There is like big slabs, and then there is like a thing where it goes onto the street. Yeah, there are no like trash can. I mean, this looks like a trash can back there. Maybe it's like some of those, like they have, I guess they have like those normal trash cans that look like dumpsters, but in small, that we also have on our houses. Then are quite a few boxes laying around, so I guess I can make some of those. And the inside of the store, like I said, will be just a monitor. So yeah. Okay, So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. Was quite productive, I would say. I still have a couple more of my fingerboards. Don't know why I ordered so many of them. I know why I ordered so many of them, because they are only sold in sets of like a dozen. But you know, why not? But two of them don't look good. It's just one of them. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much for dropping by. I will continue to work on this a bit during the weekend, hopefully. And Monday, as usual, start and finish the Miku kit. And I hope this will be ready to shoot by the end of August, like last week or like semi-last week of August. Then I can do the picture. Shooting the picture is like one evening of time. It doesn't take much to shoot this, but yeah. Okay. So thank you so much. See you on Monday. Bye bye.